Hello, and welcome to Let's Talk Fabulous with Tamra L. Hunter. And yours truly, guest host. Again, I'm always back. This is Barbara J. Beckley. We are here to talk about something that I love. And it wasn't just about me, but I do love music. So we're going to be talking about how music and healing comes together. So if you can see it in the background, you can hear. There we go. So we're going to be doing a lot of talking about music and how it can get you going and just put that smile on your face. So we will be talking to some wonderful panelists to bring that forward and give you some tips. So have your piece of paper and have your pen. I have a marker because I mark things out to make sure I got my notes together. So with that said, let's talk. Ta-da! Ta-da! Hello, everybody. Look at these wonderful faces on this panel. I love it, love it, love it. I have queens and kings on today. So before we get started, I always have a wonderful co-host sidekick, Renee. She is amazing. She does this every week for us. And it's just not, some people think that. I just want to let everybody know, it's just not her just like real quickly doing this. She takes some takes, like 5 or 6 takes of this. So I just have to give her and show some love. And as soon as we hear from her, we will get to know these panelists on the screen here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Renee R. Welcome to today's fabulous show. It's all about music, the sound of music. Yes, it is the name of a very famous film. But the sound of music is also very, very healing. Mind, body, heart, and soul. So today's guest host is Barbara J. Beckley, and she'll be joined from some expert panelists speaking about this topic, how music has helped and healed them, and how it's healed others. So I welcome you to this show, and just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of music. Have a fabulous day, night, evening, wherever you are, and enjoy the show.
To the sound of music. Oh, okay. Let me get back. I told you I'm a DJ today, sorry. But we're going to have some sounds of music by talking about how it's therapeutic, it's healing, well, it could be other ways too, but we won't go to that because it's a PG show. But in all, music is a vibration, and it can be a vibration in your heart, soul, and mind. So with that said, we are going to do some introductions today because I know everybody's just looking like, okay, Barbara, who are these wonderful people? You're talking about they're wonderful, but we don't know them. So with that said, I want to start with, I'm going to kind of go, well, my whatever side here, and go to Miss Char and go around to get to know you. There you go.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Barbara, for having me. My name is Char. I own Fly Far with Char, your ultimate lifestyle experience. And music is absolutely integral into what I've experienced personally, as well as what I do to help my patients and clients. I look forward to sharing that with you along the way.
Yay, yay. And Miss Barbara. She's on.
Helps unmute. Anyways, hi, I'm Barbara Ellison, founder of Wellness Playroom. Music has just been absolutely such a godsend in my life. Through several times of my life where that it was healing, and this is such an absolutely fabulous topic, especially at this time of year, because this is a tough time of year for a lot of people, and so I think this is just such a timely. And so thank you for having me. This is going to be fun.
Yes. And our next queen in line.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cassandre Weendy Chery, and I'm a life coach. And music is absolutely part of my life. And I can't even remember the first time I started, playing an instrument. And also I sing all the time. So I am absolutely excited to be part of this panel today and share with you how music has changed my life and changed the life of others around me.
Wonderful, Cassandre Chery. I love it, love it, love it. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Okay, Miss Erica.
Hi, I'm Erica Hansen. I am a curiosity coach, but today I would say I'm here as a used to be musician. I actually played the piano from age 4, ended up with a bachelor's in piano performance, was in the classical music industry for about 13 years. I can say music saved my life. I can go into that story later. But I find now, even with what I go through, music is definitely where the healing happens.
Ooh, yes, yes. I didn't know that about you. See how you find out different things about people. Wow. Okay, King Skip.
Hello, Queen Bee. I'm Skip Thomas. I'm sitting here in the Lawrence Welk Theater. We are, looking at venues and situations for the next Tour of Love, which is a heavily music-driven program. We did 36 hours and 24 hours and had plenty of special guests and a lot of music. But music, just like you heard, is can be medicine for yourself and medicine for other people. And in this day and age, it's time to use music and film, which I'm a filmmaker, but music is what drives my inspiration. And I'm thrilled. Thank you, Barbara, for having me.
Well, thank you, sir. And thank you for Queen B Tamar, because I reached out to Skip, email. Sometimes they don't, technology is not very friend sometimes. And I didn't get a chance to get to him like, dang, I really want him on the panel. And then Queen B Tamar called me today and she's like, did you want Skip to come on? I was like, okay, are we like reading minds here? And I didn't even talk to you. So thank you, Sir Skip. King Skip, for coming on. And you know what? He mentioned something before we get into our discussion. Yes, the Tour of Love is coming back and it's going to be powerful. And it's all about love. And that's what we need in the world. And with Tour of Love, a lot of musicians and singers are going to be coming along. So I just want to kind of just give you just a little idea of what's about to happen.
The word is out. The Tour of Love show is coming back.
Let me tell you, with our amazing reach and the success with our international audience, E360 TV is excited to have us back.
And boy, could the world use some higher vibes now.
Today, more than ever, people are feeling the pain. They're feeling like, what is going on, and love can absolutely change the world.
Raising the frequency through love.
Oh, hi, I'm Fran Kaplan, the Guinness Book of World Records fastest talking female in the world. I also hold 9 world records. I did a book signing on top of Kilimanjaro down by the wreck site of the Titanic. I've written 22 books. I'm a comic. I do a lot of things. But the thing that I'm really excited about now is that I am joining the Tour of Love. And I am going to be joining it with a lot of talented people.
It's that energy that connects us to dreams, our imagination, our faith. It's about being love connected. It's joy, love, laughter. It's the love in finding our purpose and why we're here at this time. It's finding the love along the journey, trusting the destination will be determined by each step.
I mean, my philosophy is live every day as if it's your last, and one day you'll be right.
If you're ready to join us on this journey, well, the time is now, and the need is now. It's time for the Tour of Love show.
That always reminds me of like the 70s and stuff. It's just so cute. So, okay, now I'm going to get people into practice. Now we're talking about music. We're talking about healing. So throughout the show, I told you I was Barbara J. Beckley / DJ BJ. I don't know. I just gave me a nickname real quickly. So with that, I want everybody to start moving and grooving. Okay. This is our first. There you go, Barbara. We're gonna. Here we go. Look at Skip. He's doing a little head thing. Wow, I'm loving this. See, don't get me started. And Skip, I didn't know you had them kind of moves. Yeah, we gotta have to talk when we see each other in person. You tell everybody we gotta really go to some little parties or create one. So with that, you all were doing some quick moves, and I want to get into that because I did my little research a little bit about music, and because I'm not a professional at it, but I love it so much, and I know it helps me in certain situations. So if you notice, when we were all moving and growing to the music, I seen smiley faces, I seen you moving your body, maybe you were thinking about something that was happy in your life. All that goes to music and healing. And sometimes it just have to be like you're in this tragic state of, oh my God, I gotta just find some music because I'm going off the cliff. Sometimes it's just maybe, you work and you're like, I need some beats behind me. I need something just to keep me going. I need to be focused. And maybe that music just focuses you in. Or, you just might be so happy. You're like, hey, I just got to get some jazz on because I love jazz and just move and groove. So you never know, it can go from whatever levels. And what we want to talk about today, I found out, is that music has been recognized for therapeutic effects and abilities to promote healing in various ways. Okay, so there's 5 different tips on how music contributes to healing. So I want to start going into with our panelists the first one. So they talk about how it relieves stress and reduction, and relaxation, depending on the tone, the volume. So I want to get to some of our panelists and ask some questions on how do you use that when it's coming, when you just have those stressful days or just want to relax. Anybody can start.
Well, alrighty then. I will jump right in, Miss DJ BJB. I love that. So for me personally, I had a very stressful career, originally in emergency trauma medicine, then transitioned when I had a cancer journey and learned I'm a musician also. I competed at the world level for a long time. I played the accordion, piano, jazz piano, was in a band, all these things, and learned very much that music was a place to center me. And it was stressful days. I actually believe in playlists. And I have playlists for different things. I have my workout playlist. I had my playlist that literally helped me through the entire health journey, and a playlist that would help me when I would get out of the emergency room back in the day. So there's all different types of ways that I've personally empowered music in reducing stress. And when we reduce the stress internal to the body, if you look at the cells, when they're not under that stress anymore, they actually help to change our state. So we've heard that phrase before as well. And then we can get into that relaxation or a little bit lower intentional, evened out vibrational level so that we don't feel like we're like that all the time. We can take the deep breath and settle back down into our rhythm. So I absolutely would agree with that first tip.
Yes. Thank you, Queen Char. Anybody else want to add to that?
I will. One of the things for me is I believe in resonance, and the earth has its own resonance. And there's an app out there that you can listen to the resonance of the earth. Well, on that app also, they have put music, and everybody hears music, the tones differently, but the resonance stays the same. And then I put the music in, and it has been absolutely amazing to just about the stuff that Char just talked to. When I am stressed to the max, and sometimes it can be a good stress. I just have a lot of things happening and a lot of good things happening, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, Barbara, you need to chill for a second before you explode, because you've just got so many things you're excited about. And so that's one of the things that I do is I listen to the resonance of the earth and then put an ambient music behind it. And it is just, because the resonance of the earth is the same resonance as our brain, the same wavelength as our brain.
Mm.
And it is absolutely amazing to what a difference that to just put it on, even if I'm working and doing a lot of stuff, but then have the music with it. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
What's the name of that app?
Schumann Resonance. It's just what it's called. It's SCHUMANN, and it's in the App Store. Schumann Resonance, and you can get it, and you can hear and you can feel the resonance of the earth. And then, so when I first heard about it, I went, I'm going to I'd like to do research, and so I went on and said, well, why is this important? Oh, yike! You should see all the stuff that they've done about it, about the resonance. So it's like, now I tell people about it, and it's just fabulous.
Wow. You were just saying before we get to anybody else, you were talking about the nature part, Barbara, and how just listening to that part. And that's, what they say that when I did the research, they said that is a part of music. They said natural sounds. I know some people like to listen to the rain, just real soothing. I know I had that on the app. Yeah.
Or the ocean.
Yeah. The sound of water. Yep.
Yeah, sound of water too. And it said it helps lower, and I'm probably going to say this word wrong, cortisol. Yeah, and alleviates tension. Right. So yeah, so you hit it right on the button. You
know which one works too is to put on a cat purring. And you can go onto YouTube and put in cat purring, you will find whole bunches. I mean, especially, like I love listening to my cat purr, but some people can't have a cat for whatever reason. Okay, well, you still want that purring? Ooh, YouTube has it. YouTube is my friend, and it's like, yeah.
The only thing I think about cats purring is that commercial, the Meow commercial. I don't know.
No. This is just
meow. It was like, get out of my head.
But to that point, while we're talking about animals, that was something on my list to bring up later. I'm just going to use it right now, if that's okay. Animals were divinely designed to take care of themselves and in their packs and their herds and all of that. So one thing that I love about the cat purring, Barbara, that brought for me is when I was in my really ill days, and family members have been, there's a reason that my sister's cat would come and she would sit right here, right below the bottom of my rib cage. And I had breast cancer at the time. And so they know, and that's part of their healing modality to pass to us and to be with us while we're ill. And my sister's been ill this week, and she, I know Stella, she sent me some pictures, and Stella is the cat and was taking great care of her for that reason. So there is this balance that happens when you look at wavelengths and sound waves between animals and nature and humans. We're all designed together.
Wow. That's see, like I said, that's why I said you're always learning. I'm always learning interesting things. And I know somebody told me animals are, like they say, even when they breathe and they're on top of you. I know my cousin does that with her cats. And when they lay on her, it just soothes her too, as she's feeling, as she's going, I was like, wow. So I want to, Erica, Skip, Cassandre.
Okay. I have two very different versions of the stress. There's the stress at work, and when I worked for a little bit with the Nashville Symphony, the marketing department, the offices at that point were in the offices were in a long row, and the marketing department was at one end. And I can't remember if it was every day or if it was one particular day, but at like that 3:00 hour when everyone's usually like exhausted, they would have a 5-minute dance party. And so they would just blare music, and anybody that wanted to could go to the marketing department and dance for 5 minutes and then go back to work. And it just helps relieve that stress, and it boosts the energy. And then on the flip side, I actually see a sound therapist, sound healer right now, which is just such a beautiful experience with her crystal bowls and her drums. And they work with the frequency of your body in different areas of your body and can like match and bring and raise and lower. And it's the most amazing experience. And so two very different ways of stress and healing, but both extremely useful.
Wow. I love that, especially with what you said. Is it the sound? You said the sound healer?
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah,
That's deep.
fantastic.
Those sound bowls are amazing.
Oh,
just
yeah.
I was just about to get into the sound bowls, those frequencies of different, and we've said this over and over for years in the, Tour of Love shows and Service Heroes and even back in the Chemo Buddy for Lives when we started, everything is, frequency and vibration. And we had that scale, that cone that we'd show that when we were talking about stress or anxiety or fear or anger. And those are very low vibrational, and as somebody said earlier, about resonance, we resonate with certain things.
Right.
And so what the Tour of Love, if you look at love, that's at 500, you go all the way up to 800 or 1,000 of joy and gratitude. And so as you start to shift that frequency up, and music is a great way to do that, both individually. And then when you talk about the resonance of the earth, the Schumann resonance, or you listen to a stream or the ocean or birds or the wind even, it all is a frequency. And we resonate with that, and it shifts our anxiety. And for me, music, when, just take a cello or something and hit a string and go, and you can feel it in different parts of your body. And, you go back to Rife, Royal Rife, and how he decided that, almost 100 years ago, he discovered, that everything had a vibrational frequency. And if it was out of frequency, it was in dis-ease. And so he would use a Rife machine to set a frequency to help heal and adjust that. And so much now in everything we do is about sound and healing, and even, just the ohm, from the very basic of ohming. I moved from Arkansas to Sedona, and the people accuse me of going and sitting on a crystal and just ohming all day long, like in a vortex. But that stuff works. And so as we launch this Tour of Love, there's a lot of stress, a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety. Those are low vibration. Through the Tour of Love with humor, that's high vibration. Through love, that's high vibration. Through music and what it can do. I just looked at pictures this morning and downloaded some of certain words that even Massimo Emoto did that with crystals, but they put rice in jars and they just taped the word love and hate on 2 jars of rice. The one with love, nothing happened. It was fine. But the one with hate actually turned into, moldy, it was just toxic looking. Same with music. They would play music of Beethoven, Mozart, beautiful sounds of music, and things would grow twice as fast as just kind of, just staticky noise that was very disruptive. So, the power of frequency and vibration is what we're talking about, which music is. And to me, everything begins with music. My day, I wake up, and I'm humming, or I pick up my guitar and I start to think, okay, I want to, today's another day to co-create. Just like Fran, the speed talker, said, take every day like it's your last day, and one day you'll be right, which means be in the present moment. What can I do right now? Not be in fear tomorrow and on, but right now. And music, boy, is it for me.
I echo. So Skip, interestingly enough, I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona, so we should connect when you're in Sedona, just down the road. A friend of mine is a professor. She's a biochemistry professor at Iowa State University. And years ago, I remember her telling me this story. She was illustrating the power of sound, music, the human voice to her students in a biochemistry sort of feedback, and did the rice jars. And she actually sent the jars of rice around. And the first one, she had all the students write words that were synonyms to love to them all over the jar. And some students decorated it and they made it really, really beautiful. And then on another day, she wrote hate on the other jar and had them write synonyms and dress the jar accordingly. And they did this for a semester. And she sent me pictures on the very last day of the semester. And, kids sometimes would go up, she would find them just talking, to the jars. And if they'd had a bad day, they'd pick up the one that had hate on it and, would just be spewing at it instead of at each other, and vice versa with the jar of love. And the biochemistry makeup of what was in that jar at the end of the semester, and me being, a medical clinician, I was super fascinated by that. And it powerful. Like the stuff that grew, and then the negative hate one was wow. She goes, I couldn't even, like, she was tried to open the jar as a chemist. She goes, I couldn't even. It was so foul.
Well, and think about what that does. I mean, we talk about what it does to water. If we're 70, 80% water, and what you're describing, if that happens to a little thing of rice or to a plant, think of what that does to us or to our community or family.
Right.
And that really resonates with the power of frequency, which love, hate. It's not like the rice can read, so that words have power or vibration. And so somehow that impacts, the rice, and it certainly impacts us and those around us. So that's beautiful. Thanks for sharing that.
Yes, absolutely agree, Skep. And her whole lesson in that was that biochemistry wasn't just this science with numbers and measurements, that it was this interaction of energy and sound and music, so that they could understand that their words to each other and to, their potential employers or whatever would happen with their career makes a difference. So they have to have it all in alignment, in congruence, and not just be the scientist, which I thought was brilliant from a professor standpoint.
And I think that just really brings home how much we have to watch our thoughts and the things that we are saying to ourselves. I mean, if we treated our friends the way we treat ourselves sometimes, we would have no friends.
Come on, Miss Barbara, come on.
We would have no friends. And that's one of the things that I really, really focus on, and with my clients, and just it's like, okay, what are you saying to yourself?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I have them do mirror work, and you have to talk positively to yourself in the mirror and look yourself in the eye.
So,
Absolutely.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nope.
You are all giving, this is wonderful tips, and you're all giving me some other topics for other shows. So I want to swing back, because I want to kind of stay a little bit. I mean, see how music just takes you to all these other avenues, and we know that words are powerful, but I'm going to take us off, even now that we got a little bit, in a different topic. I want to bring up something that's coming up December 5th. I always go out there and I see what's going on every day. They have those national holidays and those funny days. Me and Barbara does that a lot on another show we have. So December 5th they said it's Gift Rules Day because, the holiday's coming up. So I got a little reminder video to play, just in case, you're thinking about the gifts. They have some rules for that. Didn't even know that. People just sit down when you have nothing else to do and just sit back and say, what kind of days can we pick? And just put it out there, and we all just get immune to it. So I thought that was kind of cute. So, I mean, overall, if you're getting gifts out there, just make sure it's something that they can use. That's what I say. This is my other tip for that. And I don't like shopping too much. So Barbara is a gift card kind of person. So I just, I give them a gift, and then I'm the gift card, and I say, okay, now you go buy what you need to buy. Because I don't know, I might buy something, they'd be like, I didn't want this, and we don't want to go through that. So just remember, December 5th is gift guide hacks. They say you can look it up. So that was like a little commercial. So now let's go to, I'm DJ 2 again. So I want to play, now earlier I played this, and we always like jamming, right? But there are times, I see Char, see how you automatically just get into the groove. But there's times when you just need some slower stuff going on. And I want to talk about that because that goes into the next thing I'm going to talk about is emotional expressions when it comes to music. And let me see, it's a little bit low. See, I can't keep that on too long because I'll go to sleep. So you can see now I got to put it on the screen so we can see everybody. I see people vibe, and I see some people focus a little bit more on other things. I see Cassandra trying to see, okay, what should I say next? I see Skip looking at his phone. So, slower music, you start to see more focusing on people's faces. And it's good to, so different music, and they say that, you can have from opera, instrumental music. I listen to that a lot sometimes. Like I said, I like my jazz. So sometimes I don't want to hear words. Sometimes I just want to hear the rhythm of the beats and the flow of it. Because sometimes when the words, I'm like, okay, I don't need to hear that right now. All I want to hear is real, I'll put my own words in my own head and just go with the flow. So with that, they said music provides a medium for emotional expressions. Whether through creating or listening to music, individuals can find a channel for processing and expressing their emotions. So I want to get a little bit into that with the panelists on what do you think about that? Miss Erica.
I will speak on this because so music saved my life. I am a firm believer of that. I was born with depression and anxiety, so I inherited it. I saw my grandmother deal with it one way. I saw my father deal with it one way, and I unknowingly dealt with it by expressing all of my anger and real darkness in the music that I chose to play, the piano. So it's why I started playing so young, and I was known as a very cheerful, happy person. And then you heard me play piano, and it was this huge Rachmaninoff and Brahms and just real dark, loud music. And that is how I got all of my emotions out. And it wasn't until I was a freshman, actually, as a piano major, I got severe tendonitis in both wrists, so I couldn't play. It was the first time I didn't have that outlet. And that was the first time that I found that I had depression, because I hit my first rock bottom then because I didn't have that outlet. So music for me was a way to get that out in a healthy way.
Wow. I'm so glad that was there. See how I love what you said, Erica, when you said it saved your life. And I'm glad you hit on that because it saved my life too. And I know there's a lot of other people out there, just the music alone. And Skip has this. I want to just get to him real quickly because that's a thing for him too.
No, I was just agreeing with Erica. That was, expressing the feelings sometimes is hard. They get bottled up, and sometimes telling how they'll show up. But, for me, throughout my entire life as a teenager and all, when I'd lose somebody or I'd get sick or something horrible would happen in my life, or even beautiful moments, a birth of a child or whatever, I pick up that guitar and it's like instead of praying, which is to me, it is a prayer, but instead of just saying it, pick up the guitar and hit a chord, and suddenly it's not me creating it. All of a sudden it's like it flows from above. It just starts to flow, and it resonates with my emotions, and it becomes a healing outlet of emotion that I'm not even aware. I'm not creating it. I'm just letting it flow through me. But as it flows through me, it's almost like a cleansing effect on my soul and my heart. And my really, it goes back to love. Love of myself, love of the person I lost, love of this opportunity of this new child, this relationship. That has, I mean, it has not only saved my life, but it has made my life.
Yes.
Yeah. One of the things for me, music brought me my husband, because one day we were sitting at a restaurant and a great song came on and he was kind of sitting there chair dancing. And I looked at him and I said, "Do you dance?" He said, "Oh, I love to dance." I said, "Well, let's dance." And then we became dancing buddies, and we were together for 25 years. And he was a guitar player. But then when I lost him and he passed away, it was the music that kept me going. That there were times where some of the music was that it carried me to deal with the loss and to get over that, to when I was so sad, and it saved me. And now I can listen to some of the songs that he used to play to me. And when I was really busy with something, David, come play with me. Go get your guitar and come and sing to me. And he'd be like, "What? David, just go get your guitar. This is driving me crazy. I need to hear something." And he would he would pick up his guitar, exactly what Skip said. Pick up his guitar, and something would come out, and it would soothe me while I was working on something. And so, yeah, music is instrumental, literally, in helping us deal with the things in our lives.
I liked how now you can add music as getting the hookup to your husband or wife.
Exactly.
You never know. You never know. See,
he was chair dancing.
I love that, the chair dancing. Yeah, I do a lot
of dancing. Well, yeah, that's exactly what you've had us do this morning. We were chair dancing, And so, but one of the things, I think it was Charlotte that said she has playlists. I have a surprise playlist. And I just put it on, and it's just shuffle. And literally, I will go from listening to Ferranti and Teicher to George Strait to Bob Seger, back to opera. I love praise music. And I just put it, and it's just whatever song came to me at any given time, I put it on this playlist. And then it was my surprise list. And I put it on shuffle, and it's surprising the songs that will come on. It'll be like, "Oh, that's just exactly what I needed to hear right now."
Love it, love it, love it. I'm glad. You know what? Now that you brought that up, I do have some ideas when it comes to music on what to do, like action. And the playlist was the main one. So let's see some other ones that's out there. So see, some of you already picked some of the things that you can put in action when it comes to music and how it helps you in your lifestyle, be it, however mood you're in. So I know we're not done yet with the show. We still got a little time here. So what I want to make sure, because I want everybody to make sure on the panel has something to say when it comes to music in their life. So, we all have those personal stories. Stories are wonderful. And we already heard from Erica how it saved her life. But I want to hear from each other panel about how music in your life really, maybe something that was really, it don't have to be a bad thing. Sometimes it's a nice thing of how music helped you. So I'll start with Ms. Queen. I haven't heard from her. She's been very quiet. I've noticed.
Well, I mean, everybody had so much to say. So I was like, okay, so let me just listen. So, yeah. So again, I want to just piggyback on how music helped with, stress and also emotions, because as I think Skip mentioned, there, and Erica too, there are two types of stress that you can be dealing. The ones that you are so uncertain in life that you also stress. This one you need uplifting music to make you dance. And also the other one where you are just overwhelmed with work, you need something to sit you down. So for me, I have been in both places. So in a way that I feel now, I always have music in my mind that I'm always dancing. So I've went through difficult times where I got mad at God that music has been the thing that helped me to really express what it is that I'm going through, because sometimes you cannot find the words. Sometimes you cannot read the word of God, but listening to the music not only helps you to remind yourself of what is it that God has in store for you, what is it that you are going through and why, but also it's able to help you to go from where you are to the depressed state you are and also move forward. And this has been my experience with music, because I will say, as Erica said, my life has been music. I've been, being an instrumentalist since I was 4. So it's been like 20 something years. So again, for me, music is my life, not this saved or whatsoever. It's part of my life.
Right.
And really, it helped me be who I am. And whenever I'm facing a moment of happiness or sadness whatsoever, you will hear me singing. You will see me dancing, because music is life for me. It's my life. Yeah.
Powerful, powerful. I'm liking that. Wait a minute. I owe you something for this.
Thank you.
Awesome. Mic drops. Okay, I want to go to anybody else with any personal stories. I mean, some people mentioned already, but how it really impacts you with music, and how maybe not just you, but maybe somebody you know. I'll go to Erica.
I think that when you learn to express yourself in black dots, to say, I got a degree in black dots, it's easier for some people to express themselves as what was said. And working in the orchestral world, I was in the production end. When you think of anything that happens, whether it be a natural disaster, a celebratory national ceremony or something, there's always music. And so when you think about it, was always interesting for me to come at it from that angle when you're working in that industry, because if the rest of the world is mourning, as was like with 9/11, we're sitting here in the orchestra world getting called on by the city to say, we need you to put together a concert. And so how do you do that and deal with those emotions? And yet the musicians themselves, that's the best thing for them, is to express. So on the year anniversary, I was working at Manhattan School of Music in New York City in the orchestral training program. And I will never forget the year anniversary. It was a morning rehearsal, and the conductor ended the rehearsal with a specific movement of a specific piece that I cannot believe it's blanking me. It was not Barbara Adagio for strings, which is usually the go-to, but just happened to be something. And the musicians played, and they played the most beautiful. I heard them play in the 5 years that I worked there. But after the conductor was done, he put his hands down, didn't say a word. Nobody said a word. Everyone just sat on stage. And after about a minute or two, one by one, the students would get up and would go and put their instruments in the case. And it was one of those powerful moments in my life that I will never forget, because it was those very musicians who a year prior had gone down to the church that was closest to Ground Zero. And in there is where musicians from around the city would go and play music for the first responders and the people that were working that site. And so to bring that, it's such a powerful, and I actually, yeah, I'll just end it there. But it was amazing, and to witness that and to see the power for the musicians themselves go through that.
And I know that was difficult. Like you said, 9/11, and like, okay, what do we do? What do you do? The whole, United States is mourning right now. So see how music is that powerful, that it can change that frequency with even a large amount of people that are dealing with the same thing. Skip, I think I seen your head going up and down. I just want to make sure I catch you.
Well, I'm agreeing with all of that. It's so powerful and so true. Another example of, again, a horrible, be it grief or whatever pain they were feeling, as a world was feeling, to be able to come together and have music be the medicine that not only brings diversity of people all around the world and within, your communities together, but it also helps shift that vibration, be it anger, sadness, grief, it's not going to jump up to joy and gratitude, perhaps, but it's moving the needle in the right direction. And as we start to head into this, this next year and so forth, the power of music, which is why I'm so excited about being here in the Tour of Love, and is that it unifies people on a heart, soul, spirit level all around the world. And we walk into it. Doesn't matter if it's a big orchestra, your favorite rock or jazz band, or if it's a little 3-year-old kid singing, "Don't worry, be happy, everything's going to be all right." It puts a smile on it, brings us together, and it raises our vibration. And that's what the world needs right now. And for us, it's love. So with that, I just thank you for having me here and us being able to connect here from this big room.
Yes, I'm loving it. It was wonderful. I mean, I'm like, wow. So now one thing I do want to mention, because like I said, with music, it does certain things. Like, we talked about the emotions, we talked about the healing part of it. And there's another thing to improving cognitive functions. So they said music has the power to stimulate cognitive functions, including memory and attention for individuals who has impairments such as dementia. Music therapy has shown promising results in enhancing memory recall abilities for music. Additional playing the music, instrumental or engaging in musical activities can support development of individuals at all ages. So I think that was powerful as well. I seen Queen's hand go up. I want to make sure I catch her.
Yeah, so now that you mentioned it, so I was thinking about it earlier when you said about the cognitive power. It's like one thing we used to do back home in Haiti is that for us to remember our lessons, we sing them. We sing them to the point that even now I can sing some lessons that I don't even use anymore now, because we are able to remember them because of music, because we sing them.
Powerful, powerful. And another thing that when you think about it, okay, real quickly, it's okay, either A, B, C, D, A, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. But when you put melody to it, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. You see what I'm saying? That's a whole nother. That's how I learned my ABCs. I didn't learn from somebody say, "Okay, Barbara, write it down." I put some beats to it. So even with that, you learn and grow through the music or through the vibes or how you push that. I know there's some children a lot of times they have to learn from, they find out they learn from just doing that. That's where the rapping and stuff comes from. And I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, so we just have a few more minutes, and I just want to make sure I go around one more time with our panelists regarding music. Now, any lasting thoughts? Somebody said sing, Barbara. Any lasting thoughts? We're going to make it, we need 30 seconds, okay? Because we want to make sure we get to everybody. So the 30-second game, as I always play, and then we'll sum it up. So I'm going to start with Erica and go up on my side.
This is the tip, is if I turn on like a radio station, I keep a little notebook by me, which I always have. But if there's a certain song that you notice makes you feel a certain emotion, write down the song and write down the emotion, because what speaks to you will speak to you individually and not necessarily someone else. And you can create your list from that.
I love that. In fact, I started doing that. That's good. Okay.
All right, so I'll say keep music alive, because music can be a healing tool, but also a destructive tool too. But in the spirit of this show, I want us to keep in mind that we have to use music to heal instead of hurt, because music not only uplifts the soul, but also it can uplift community and also bring people together.
Powerful, powerful.
One of the things for me is I will turn on a song, like I may age myself, the Bee Gees, and I can go right back to how old I was, what I was doing, and I was young and alive and footloose and fancy free, driving down the road with the top down of my convertible, and I felt like a teenager again. And it was like, oh yeah, we need to do this. I need to do this more often. And so now I do. It's like, oh, because your mind doesn't know the difference of whether you are actually feeling it or you're imagining it. Your brain doesn't know the difference. So do it.
Is it staying alive? I had to do that.
I actually came across a video when I was doing some research for today's show last night on that. As we've chatted today, I've realized that there's really great power in telling ourselves our own story through the music of the years of our life. And that's how I remember my life. I attach it to musical moments, certain songs, bands that I played in, etc. And so empower music in your own life so that it can help you enjoy the story of your life and not let it be a pastime.
Okay.
Ooh, another mic drop. Okay, Skip.
Those are all beautiful, and what I'm hearing is music is a way of honoring yourself and showing love to yourself, and also honoring other people. So many times, I like to write and create music, and I've written them for our chemo buddies, and we've written them for Tamara, and sung songs for the Tour of Love show, and sometimes they come from the strangest place. One of my favorite songs I've written came from our dear Queen Bee, Barbara, right there. She held up a little card. You remember that, Barbara? And it was like, oh my God, that is a song, and that's honoring that spirit of what that card meant, and the person holding it up, which was Barbara, who I love dearly.
Love you. Yes, I held a one card and Skip made magic from a whole song. I mean, I was like, okay, yeah, what hell can he do? But yes, I just want to just express real quickly, we got just a few seconds that, just to remind everybody, whether through active engagement with music, such as playing an instrument or passive listening, incorporating music into daily life can be a powerful tool for healing and well-being. So however you use the music, please always make sure that it's always a positive thing to help you grow, to help you get over something, to help you bring back memories, to help maybe even any pain in your body, those vibrations come in and just really just soothe you. So in every way possible how you use music, hey, we want to make sure that you get that medicine See, that's not even a pill you have to take. That's isn't that nice thing about music. You don't have to even take a pill. It's just turning on your pastime thought of music and making sure that, you know, you are in that space. So with that, you know, okay, I have to end with music. So I'm trying to, I'm a DJ is acting up here, but that's okay. We're gonna put something on here. And I can't even hear it. But no. Real quick, don't do this to me. Not now. Not now.
While you're doing that, one of my suggestions is have a theme song.
I do in the hospital. Yes. Well, as Barbara said, have that theme song.
Have a theme song.
Have that theme song. I know my song is with the Elton John song, I'm Still Standing. That is my theme song. I standing, and I ask everybody to keep standing because it's so important for you to be in this life to do what you do. So I'm still standing. Yeah. And that's it. I know people are like, okay, Barbara, you can turn off the voice now. So we're going to end it with a wonderful song that Mr. Skip wrote with Juju, and we will see each of you next Sunday. Thank you, panelists. I love you much. You're so sweet to me. Thank you.
Together, we are stronger than sadness. Together, we are stronger than cancer. Together, we are stronger. We are one, we are love, we are hope, we are the ones to change the world with our hearts. We are one, we are love, we are hope, we are the ones to change the world with our hearts. Human hope, hearts, hugs, love, love, love. Human hope, hearts, hugs, love, love, love. Human hope, hearts, hugs, love, love, love. Human hope, hearts, hugs, love. We are one, we are love. We are hope, we are the ones to change the world with our hearts. We are one, we are love, we are hope, we are the ones to change the world with our hearts. We are the ones to change the world with our hearts.
I want to say thank you for joining us today and welcome you back next Sunday as we once again are joined by a panel of subject matter experts that will explore and focus in on our fabulous lives. Until next Sunday.